Can y'all hear me? Oh, welcome to Round and Third. We are getting ready to have ourselves one hell of a night. If you came in to check out some of the graduations, put your hands together one time. Lucky for you, I'm not the host. When the host comes up here and asks that question again, I expect better from you. I'm gonna need a little more energy. But before we get into all of that, we're gonna do an announcement. And as you can see, I'm a real professional. Excuse me for a second. Nothing awkward about that. There are some announcements. Before we get started, and your host comes up, I just have a few housekeeping announcements, which you may have recognized already. Please make sure your cell phones are turned off to silent. No flash photography, please. And then the whole show is being recorded, so act accordingly. Like, laughing it up. Keep your table talk to a minimum, laughter to a maximum. Yeah. Food, drinks, and restrooms are right out the door. That's the door there. Please, if you have to leave, do it expeditiously and quietly. We do appreciate that. And then, was that flash photography? Because someone's getting their ass kicked.
Hear about Cecil.
Read it, buddy, man. Cecil, it's all games now. It's just, you're a man now. Waiters, I'm a real professional. Waiters should also be coming around and taking your orders. Thank you, and the show will begin shortly, so prepare yourselves. We're going to have a great time.
I'm your host, I'm Charlie Quains. Thank you, that's the first time I've had a clap for my name. We got a great show coming. I've just got a few more announcements I need to make. As most of you already know, this is a fundraiser event. Money's going to a family whose 17-year-old tragically died in a car crash and didn't really have the money to put together a proper funeral, so that's what it's going to. So, good there wasn't any laughing on that. In addition to that, comedy classes 101, 202, 303 will be starting Thursday, January 20th, 2022. So if you guys think you're funny, or you know someone who thinks they're funny, come out and give it a shot. First class is free. Open mic will continue at 8:15 each week on Thursday. That being said, how about we get the show started? Tonight's it's a pretty special night for me because I'm actually celebrating something. I recently had my first kiss. And it actually wasn't with Brittany or Greta, which is impressive because they kiss everyone. But no, I liked my first kiss. I don't know how my uncle felt about it, but I was driving and on the way here I saw a license plate that said Nutman 2. Nutman 2. That means someone went to get a custom license plate. And they're like, can I be Nutman? No, that's taken. Nutman 1? That's taken also. Well, shit. I guess I'll be Nutman 2. Speaking of nuts, I saw a commercial the other day for some anti-wrinkle cream. I've currently only got wrinkles on one part of my body. I didn't buy the anti-wrinkle cream, but I think I would try a free sample, you know. See if I could get my nuts looking like a cue ball. I think that might be fun for some people. How are you guys doing?
Sorry for late.
Okay.
We can talk about this.
That's okay. My ex-girlfriend's dog got hit by a garbage truck, which doesn't sound funny at first, but I don't know how you get hit by something that stops every 10 feet. Do not worry, that bitch is fine. The dog is also okay. I used to live in Montana, where I worked at a strip club called the Buffalo Jump, or the BJ. And I wasn't the bouncer. No, I had a much more important job than that. I was the pole cleaner. Yeah. And it was full nude, so you really had to get in there when you were cleaning, you know. But I got really good at cleaning poles. If anybody needs their pole cleaned, I'm your guy. No, I often cleaned alone though, so I had to make up games to keep myself entertained. One of those games was, try not to, or guess that mystery stain. And the other game we played was, try not to get pink eye again. Twice was more than enough. No, I think working at McDonald's is kind of like, screwed that one up. I think working at a strip club is kind of like working at McDonald's. Once you work there, you don't really want to eat there anymore. You have someone else coming? That's okay. I miss those old cell phones. Those old cell phones where you could pull the battery out before the text went through. That's how I accidentally ended up. You got the loading bar, but it's just too quick now. And that's how I accidentally texted my mom, "Hey, sugar tits." And at that point, I realized I had a couple options. I can say LOL JK, or I can just let her think that I have a really good memory from when I was a baby. Now, while I don't like texting the wrong number, I do like getting texts from the wrong number. I got a text the other day that said, "Hey Diane, it's Kelly. I recently broke up with Steve. I'm looking for a fresh start. Dinner tonight? I said, this isn't Diane, but I'm down for dinner. What time? No response. So I texted her back a couple minutes later and said, oh, and sorry to hear about Steve. Still nothing. So I texted her later that day and I said, hey, are we still on for dinner tonight? She said, stop texting me. I said, if I could just get a yes or a no, so I can make plans for the rest of my day, that would be great. But with that, we're going to have our first comic come up here. Got a little bit of an introduction for you guys. Your first act came here all the way from Venezuela. Yeah, just to be here tonight, traveling by train, plane, and automobile. The journey was one of setbacks, heartbreak, and a hint of tragedy. Up first, we have Carlos Valenzuela!
Some of that was true. I'll let you guys figure out which part. So earlier today, someone asked me if I had any tattoos. I said no. They asked me why. I said, well, that's kind of rude. I don't know you. And then I started thinking, I was like, why don't I? And I started thinking, I was like, I don't have anything against tattoos. Like, a lot of people have them now. It's kind of normal. And then I'm not scared of needles, so it's not a needle thing. And I was trying to figure out what it was. And then it's like, I think it's mostly like the decision making. Like if you think about it, like within the last month, I've seen a tattoo of Adam and Eve from the Bible, like a Bible tattoo. And I've also seen a Fortnite tattoo. So you tell me your options are from the beginning of all mankind, according to the Bible, to the biggest video game of the last 10 years, and everything in between. There's millions and billions of options, and I gotta choose one to put on my body. I mean, I can barely decide what to do for dinner with my girlfriend once a week. Now you want me to decide what to put on my body for the rest of my life? Get out of here. And being that indecisive is how you end up with this tattoo. Ah, you guys looked. Come on, listen, I just told you I don't have any tattoos. Uh-huh. I hope you guys are better listening for the other guys. But it is the holidays. Happy holidays, everybody. Yeah. Work holidays are back. Work holiday parties, they're back, right? After COVID, most holiday parties are back. Those are my favorite. It's a one work event where you can find out who the real alcoholics in the office. And after a few drinks, you can also find out who in the office wants to sleep with who. And if you keep drinking that night, you also find out that Elizabeth definitely does not want to sleep with you. Got a little awkward the next day at the office, guys. It happens. It's alright. But it's time for gifts, right? Have you guys done shopping? Christmas shopping yet? You guys got all the gifts ready? I don't. I'm bad at gifting. I really am. I don't know if you guys were listening. Obviously you weren't. But I'm very indecisive. I have a hard time making decisions, so you can imagine how buying gifts is hard for me. It's really hard. And on top of that, I have bad luck. And so it's like, it makes it really hard for me. I get really nervous about buying gifts. And it goes back to like early high school. Early high school, my parents came up to me and my brother were like, all right, you guys have summer jobs, you got money. It's time for you guys to buy the gifts for the family, your own gift. And we're like, hell yeah, we're grown-ups. We could buy our own gift. And then we get to the store and we see the prices, like, hell no, I'm still a kid. But we're like, all right, we'll do it. We'll buy the gifts. So me and my brother went out to the mall, started buying gifts. We couldn't figure out what to get my mom. Like, we're teenage boys, what am I gonna get my mom? No one ever knows. Finally we give up. We called my dad, I said, Dad, what would you get mom? He said, well, your mom really wants a new, like, winter sweaters. We're like, all right, sweater it is. We went back, started searching for some sweaters, and we found a nice little sweater. To our luck, it was affordable enough where we both could get her one. And we're like, perfect. Double the time, she'll love it. And as we're trying to pick up the colors, I see the pink one. So I grabbed it, because I'm the good son that knows that mom's favorite color is pink. So I'm like, she'll definitely like me better. So we get to wrap, we get back to forward to Christmas Day, right? We're all opening presents. It's time for mom to open presents. So my brother goes up first, I'm that's right behind him with my box. And we're kind of nervous because we don't know if she's going to like it or not. She opens my brother's gifts, and voila, she loves it. She loves the sweater. She's like, oh my God, I really need a sweater. So me and my brother looking at each other like, hell yeah, we nailed it. Deep inside, like, hell yeah, she's going to like mine better. And we're excited. We're like, we did it. We did it. Even my dad was proud of us. It was a great moment. So I'm like, all right, it's my time. My time to bring the present. I'm excited. I'm like, she's definitely going to like mine better. As I'm walking up to my mom, someone from the back, one of my aunts, was like, yeah, and I like that color too. And I'm like, yeah, but it's not her favorite color. So as I'm handing my mom the gift, my mom answers my aunt. And I quote, yes, I love the color. And I'm glad it's now pink. Because I got way too much pink clothes. That's all I have tonight, guys. Thanks a lot. Keep the lights going and follow us as well. You guys have a great night.
Carlos, everybody. How about you guys? I'm a little bummed he didn't talk about his journey. Yeah. But up next, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Muncie.
It's not easy being a sussy bitch. But I still got it. As long as I pick it up from the pharmacy. So Christmas time is coming. I'd like to start by doing my impression of the Grinch. You know, the one who stole Christmas. Not the one who studied law and physics. But, okay, here we go. Now the Grinch receiving oral sex. That's a blowjob for you? Oh, oh yeah. So I was playing, I guess that's why you're not supposed to say things like that in front of kids. Well, speaking of kids, I was playing hide and seek with my sister's kids, and they always want to play hide and seek. You know, it's like let's play hide and seek. And I got kind of bored with that, so I decided to find a place that they would never find me. I went home. They're still looking for me. I feel bad, but they're in their 30s. I almost said the F-bomb, but I didn't want to because they're right here. Yeah, they're in their 30s. Anyway, so I'm, believe it or not, I'm 61. Actually, people's white, I believe it. And I'm 61 years old, and my mother is 84. She always keeps telling me that it's time that I start acting my age. And so I went into cardiac arrest. And, you know, I never been married. I never really wanted to go that route because my parents did. I mean, I don't. Put it this way. I grew up believing that their first names really were bitch and asshole. Now I realize they're just pet names. Yeah. You know what they call You know what they call it? You know what they call an older woman who likes younger kids or younger guys, not kids. That they call it, yeah. But you know what they call younger women who like older guys like myself? Do you know? Damn, I was hoping she'd know. Actually, what they call them is extremely drunk. Yeah. You ever notice when you're watching like the regular, the local news, how the anchor guy will pick on the weather guy, like about the weather, oh, you brought more cold weather. Hey, you did, didn't you? And do you have to bring more snow? I'd like to see the weatherman kind of, do that, turn around on him and just kind of like, whoa, Ron, way to bring on that triple homicide. I was watching the Wizard of Oz recently. I think it was around Thanksgiving time that came on. And you know how they have that one guy who likes, he doesn't like, he needs it. He needs a brain. The Scarecrow needs a brain, the Lion needed courage, and the Tin Man needed a heart. I think they should have had another guy in there. Like an older guy, kind of guy who's older than me. And who needed an erection. That's a boner, by the way. If I only had a hard on, he could have his own little song that he sings, and it would go like, I think the girls be happy when I slap them with big happy. If I could only get it up. Oh, we'd screw and 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 screw. If I could only get it up. Okay, now we're all gonna sing this song. Okay, you just repeat after me.
Oh my God.
Okay, I think the girls be happy.
The girls be happy.
When I slapped them with big pappy. If I could only get it up. Okay, now this is the fun part. We will screw and screw and screw and screw and screw and screw. If I could only get it up. Okay, now just you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You've been a great audience. That's my time. Thank you very much.
Muncie and his Kamsa. I never see where he pulls that up from. But. So a few years ago I had my colon removed for medical reasons, not just for fun. But yeah, now I got the bag, which is great. I think it's better than carrying a gun. You can even do the same jacket lift thing, you know. Yeah, I'm packing. Bitch. Now Now my asshole is purely for recreational use. That's an anal joke that she liked. Very good. This guy didn't travel as far, but he is here now. Taylor Goldman, everybody!
Hey everybody. Charlie buried the lead there. I'm actually his half brother. You can call me Semicolon. It's a punctuation joke for those at home. Very exciting. But yeah, guys, welcome to Rounding Third, the only bar in Milwaukee named after almost having sex. It's exciting. So happy holidays to everybody. The holidays are always super exciting. You get to go home and talk to your parents again. I was talking to my dad over Thanksgiving. We were talking about role models. I was like, Dad, like, who is your role model? He thought about it for a little bit, and he was struggling. So I was like, like Bill Gates, right? Like, he's rich, he donates to charity, he owns his own company. He's like, no. That guy named his company after the two worst things a penis can be. The wave of getting it slowly. It's Microsoft. Good company, bad penis things. But he really did. This is a true story. I was asked him about it. He thought about it for a little bit longer. And this is 100% what he said. He said, I know a guy who can eat an entire Big Mac without any of it falling out the back. That's his role model. That's my father's role model. He had me meet the guy at a McDonald's. I tried it. It's impossible. There's a McDonald's over there. Go try it. I dare you. It's impossible. But this guy, no problem. He has a gift and a very lucky wife. Guys, don't be gross. Like, I just mean like she's lucky because she has a husband who likes to eat out. Don't be gross. Okay? Don't be gross. Another fun thing I learned when I was home for Thanksgiving, my childhood pediatrician was arrested for child pornography. Yeah, which is not what you want in a pediatrician. My mom was pissed. I sort of thought it was cool, you know, like I felt like maybe I inspired him a little bit, you know? It's sort of like turning your friend on to a new band, but if that band was children. Also, like, it's super comforting to know that, like, the first person to touch my penis, like, wanted to, you know? That's just what pediatricians do. I don't know what's so weird about that to you guys. But real quick, can we give it up for my wife who's here? Not give it up for my wife. She also doesn't exist. I'm single. I'm bad at dating. I always have been. I think a big part of the reason that I'm bad at dating is because I'm bad at sex. And the reason that I'm bad at sex is because of the Spice Girls. It's true. They had a song during my developmental years. It was called "Wannabe." It taught you how to be someone's lover. It's a very catchy song. I'm sure you've all heard it. The sex advice in it, terrible. As an example, it starts with, if you want to be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Which, I can ask them, but based on every episode of the Maury Povich show I've ever seen, probably not gonna work out. But you know what? They're the Spice Girls, and I trust them, so I kept listening. Now it goes. If you want my future, forget my past. If you want to get with me, better make it fast. And that's when we learn. Best way to get with someone, best way to have the sex, quickly. Make it fast. Which is not what I'd heard about sex. I was like, maybe that's not what they mean. Keep listening. Next line. Now don't go wasting my precious time. Get your act together and we'll be just fine. We learned two things there. One, sex, definitely supposed to be fast. There's no time to waste. Should be minutes, seconds even. Also, like, get your act together, like, get your life together, which for me is fine. I'm a 31-year-old single guy listening to the Spice Girls for sex advice. I'm doing great. And then they tell us what they want, what they really, really want. Is to be laughed at during sex. You guys don't remember this part? They go, I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want a ha. I'm not sure when the right time is. I'm not sure if a joke's gonna be told at some point. If I'm supposed to tell that joke. But it's clear that I'm supposed to laugh. And then they give us their spiciest advice. Again, what they really, really want. They describe their ideal sexual experience. And what I really, really, really want is a zig-a-zig. That's it. 2 zig-a-zigs worth that fast. Thank you guys so much. My name is Taylor.
Taylor Goldman, everybody. You 13-year-olds pick up on all that?
You're not going to school.
Don't listen to it. Are you guys ready to have some of your students come up?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna have our first student come up. Brand new to comedy. She's loving every minute of it so far and believes a good laugh is good for the soul, which I agree with. Let's hear it for Amy.
Shorty, sorry. Hey, thanks for coming tonight, everyone. Yeah. So as Charlie just mentioned, this is my first time up here. I'm a little nervous, but you know, I just figured the best use of my time is to tell you guys a little bit about myself, so you can, you know, we feel like we know each other, right? So first things first is that I am never late. I'm always on time. If for any reason I'm late, I blame it on my GPS. I rely very, very heavily on my GPS. I don't know if any of you guys do too, but even if my gut's telling me like, this is not really the right direction, I'm not sure about this, doesn't matter. Whatever it's telling me, that's where I'm gonna go. So if it's continue straight and cross the rickety bridge. Okay, all right, I'm still going. Turn left at the abandoned warehouse. I'm starting to sweat a little bit, but okay, here we go. Turn right at the haunted mausoleum. By this time, like, I'm just freaking out. You have arrived at your destination, the gates of hell. And sure enough, here I am at rounding third. So another thing that I want you guys to know about me is that I am a super organized person. I'm very meticulous. I have a label maker, you know, everything's labeled. My calendar, it's color coded. I don't know if you guys heard recently about that guy that just stole a calendar. He got 12 months. Sorry, not sorry, I had to do it. Yeah, so my calendar, everything's on there. Everything is all nicely planned out. I'm even planning to plan my own funeral. So I figured it would just save my family a lot of, you know, time and energy if I just plan it myself. So, you know, when I feel my time is coming towards the end, I'm gonna call them in for a family huddle. Okay, guys, get together here. I think I'm gonna die next Tuesday, so listen up, take some notes, put it on your color-coded calendar. At 2 o'clock, the deli sandwiches will be ready to be picked up for the funeral. At 4 o'clock, the pastor's coming. And at 6 o'clock, you'll be ready to sprinkle my ashes at the haunted mausoleum down the street. And the last thing I want you guys to know about me is that I am an animal lover. Do we have any animal lovers out here in the crowd? So animal lovers, you guys are fun-loving, energetic, and apparently you guys are easy to entertain, which is hopefully boding well for you this evening. So animal lover. I've had a lot of pets growing up in my life. I've had fish, hermit crabs, dwarf hamster, chinchilla, ferrets, dogs, cats. Currently, I just own cats. I am that stereotypical crazy cat lady. I don't know why there's such a stigma against owning multiple cats. Like, if you own a few dogs, like, hey, you're cool, you're fun, you're down to earth, you're adventurous. If you own 87 cats, that's suddenly frowned upon? Honestly. I worked in a pet shop when I was in college, and I love meeting new pets. So anytime I'm walking around my neighborhood and I see a dog walker, I'm that person that approaches them like a kindergartner. Can I pet your dog? And 9 times out of 10, people are cool. Yeah, go ahead, pet my dog. And I engage them in conversation. Like I gotta find out their dog's name, the breed, their likes, their hobbies. I get the whole dog resume going on here. And then I feel kind of bad because by the end of the conversation, I either have never asked the owner's name or they told me and I completely forgot. Important things here we need to focus on. So yeah, that's it for me tonight. If I get a chance to meet you at the end of the show, just keep in mind, I'm not going to remember your name. You don't have to introduce yourself, but if you have anything to tell me about a pet or two, go for it. Thank you.
Let's keep it going for Amy. Great job. Our next comic, graduate student, says he always wanted to be Houdini, but realized he was not very strong, flexible, or good at magic. In his own words, he's got more confidence than he does ability, which is why he's here. These were his words. But we have coming up next, Matt Regali.
Well, thank you, Charlie, for that introduction. I am, in fact, not Houdini. I do like being tied up every once in a while. Sorry, Mom. No, I work as a customer service manager at a warehouse, or as I like to think about it, every childhood boy's dream career. This is the dream, folks. I do often wonder, though, I wonder how I got here. And then I'm reminded that I went to college and I majored in history, which made me highly unemployable. But yeah, I needed to find a job, and there were limited options back in 2013. So I took a job, the only one available, working for Hertz Rental Car as a car rental agent. The prestigious Hertz Rental Car, and they do a lot of things wrong. But they do one thing very well, and that is ruining family vacations. And hear me out. On any given day, you could expect a family to walk in, and they're ready to go. They're wearing their Disney shirts, that match, you know what I'm talking about. And you get the dad, he walks up, and you unfortunately have to tell him, I'm very sorry, sir, deeply sorry, but unfortunately, I do not have a car for you. Which effectively just ruined what was supposed to be the best week of their life, or year. And they're not going to Disney. They're not going anywhere, because at Hertz Rental Car, friends, the reservations, they don't matter. They do not mean a single fucking thing. If you would like to experience this yourself, I highly recommend you take out your phone. That's hertzrentalcar.com/careers. You could be that guy. Let's switch gears, though. Let's talk about the pandemic. Does anybody feel like we're living through a shitty movie sequel? Because there was Pandemic 2020, and it starred Tom Hanks, and he got it, he lived. And there were scientists who were working very hard to find a cure. There was conflict, a summer of unrest. Every good story needs conflict, guys. And a resolution. A cure is found, a vaccine is here, humanity is saved. Yes! No, that's not what happened. Instead, we get 2021, Pandemic 2, Return of the Rona. And guys, 2022 is coming soon. And I just have to say, if Peter Jackson is directing this bitch, if this is a trilogy like Lord of the fucking Rings, I'm out. I am done. We got any rappers in the house? Yeah. Rappers here? Yeah? I am not a rapper, which is shocking, I'm sure. But no, my wife is a rapper. She wraps the Christmas presents at our house. I'm sure that's what you meant too. And I don't get it. I don't understand it, but she loves it. She likes to get interesting paper and ribbons and bows and patterns and make it look all pretty. And I, on the other hand, just grab whatever is nearest, just cover the thing, cover the gift, give it to the person, and we call it a day. And I think that, I think that our approach to gift wrapping, I've been thinking about this, guys, is a lot like our approach to underwear. Because she loves Victoria's Secret. It is all about the presentation. And for me, I just grab whatever's around and I just cover the thing. I just grab whatever's there and I cover my penis and we're good. I can leave the house now. I got an early Christmas present this year from my brother. And it was a virtual reality headset by the makers of Facebook, the Oculus, which is, what could go wrong? Facebook has only done wonders for society. And so I threw it on my face, and guys, this thing is crazy. I'm instantly in another world, and I'm in the game thing, and there's so many options. I can play mini golf, there's a ping pong game, there is boxing to beat the shit out of somebody, fishing's an option, there's the Anne Frank experience. The Anne Frank experience, which is real. So I downloaded it first, because I just had to know. I just had to know. And it is as it sounds. You are in an attic with Anne and the Franks and their friends. And World War II is happening, and I just think it is an interesting choice, guys. Because if you are sad, if you are lonely enough to own a virtual reality headset or have one gifted to you, then chances are you're a pretty low person. Your mental health is not great. And it's an interesting choice because if you are that person, you really don't need any more misery in your life. Misery is the last thing you need, and there is literally nothing worse than hiding from the Nazis. That's the worst thing I can think of. So when you're gifting this year, just keep that in mind. And with that, Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Our next graduate is the funniest and smartest 13-year-old I know. He's also the only 13-year-old I know. Because I'm not Jeffrey Epstein. And I'm alive. But no, when Grant's not doing comedy, he likes hanging out, video games, and long walks on the beach. Grant, everybody!
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Thank you for coming. I got my notes here. I'm very forgetful. Kind of stupid sometimes. I want to do comedy because it's on Thursday nights. You know, does anybody ever have anything on Thursday nights? It's such a random weekend, you know? I mean, clearly you guys have nothing. I mean, you're coming to watch a 13-year-old give you comedy. How bored can you be? It's like doing comedy, say and do whatever I want, you know, just really let it loose. That wasn't funny, why'd you laugh? You know, if you had high expectations for tonight, I'm 13, so would you please mind lowering them just a little bit? I mean, I have like no life experience. Everybody else here has like 100 years worth. I mean, you know, as you get older, you know, you grow taller. But while I was on my growth spurt, I got a condition called scoliosis. Who here knows what scoliosis is?
Yeah.
Yeah, why y'all cheering for that? So basically, if you don't, you'll learn tonight. I'm going to tell you right now. So scoliosis is when your spine has a curve in it, and that's terrible. But the girls at my school are actually jealous because I have the curves and they don't. You know, people think, oh, Grant, you poor thing, that must be terrible. You know, I'd hate for that to happen. It's exactly what I want you to think. Now let me explain. So, for example, when I went up north with my friends sitting right here, thank him for coming. So I went up north with my friend, and you know, we were unloading the car, you know, kind of just getting settled in, and his mom asked me to do something, and I said, "You're gonna ask the deformed kid to go do something?" That's pretty cruel, actually. You know, there's 3 perfectly normal children standing to your right, so why don't you ask them instead of the deformed kid? You know, should be in the Paralympics. Speaking of the Paralympics, if you like the Olympics, make some noise.
Right.
No, I didn't make any noise. Because the Olympics freaking suck. They are terrible. Well, Grant, why do you say that the Olympics suck so bad? And I'll tell you why. It's because of how predictable they are. It's the same thing every year. You know, the European countries win tennis. The South American countries win soccer. You know who wins ping pong? Of course, it's the Asian countries. Now, how I would make the Olympics just a better experience all around would be have them select the legit random people to compete. Yes. That'd be hilarious. Like no training whatsoever. You just go. You go. Imagine getting a letter in the mail. That never happens. Imagine getting a letter in the mail and it's like, you know, it's got an official like stamp on it from like the government or whatever. You're like, ah shit, I gotta go to the Olympics. You know, they have like the men's and the women's, you know, whatever. But you know what I find funny about like men and women type stuff is the hygiene products. I know that might sound a little weird, but let me explain here. You know how you go to like, I don't know, any store, take Target for example, and you go to like the women's aisle, they have 1,000 different hair care products, whatever, this, that, you name it. There's like 100,000 different things to choose from. You know, I just think it's a hassle. I think there should be, you know, I think, you know, this one's marketed for this one's marketed for that. And then you take a little stroll on over to the men's aisle. And then you see this absolute monstrosity that says men's all-in-one. Now, you know, on the bottle, you read it. It's like men's all-in-one. You know, you take a look, you know, you hold up the bottle. And then you have the normal stuff, you know, shampoo, body wash, conditioner. And then you flip it to the back on like the fine print. And then you read like stuff like shoe polish, candle wax, engine lube, a condiment, and you put and more. Now that's the really icing on the cake for me. What more do you need? What more do you need than that whole like plethora of products that are in the fine print? That's kind of weird. I've been trying to create like my own products because it's like 99 cents a gallon. It's really expensive. So if you want a free sample, you can meet me tomorrow at my house in my basement. Thank you very much.
Grant, everybody. None of you guys better be meeting him in his basement tomorrow. Except maybe you two. That's it. Great job. Let's keep this show going. Up next, we have a woman whose mom has definitely got it going on. Stacy!
I'm not that tall. So, they often said don't work with children or dogs, so now is there a dog coming? So, let's hear it for Grant. That was great. When I was 13, I was just making sure that I could still smoke in the bathroom. So this is the muse of 60, it's really good. I can't see my family in the back. This is fabulous. And so I am a 60 senior, it's a senior. All right, damn, I am a senior. But I'm a 60-year-old single divorced woman, and these are my thoughts. Get a seatbelt on. So my first thought is, when they're looking for people running from the law, and they're looking at their GPS, they're looking at their phones, they're looking at their family, and they're asking their friends. What I don't get is why don't they just contact the chip that's in their arm? Come on! We all know it's true. No, it's not. Okay. The other thing I've been thinking of is I've been taking work home. So, I'm a merchandiser, so you have to understand what I do. So I put labels on shelves, and I make shelves look nice. Anybody a merchandiser out here? No, because that's not really, nobody wants to do that job. But I put labels. And so the other night, my boyfriend was over, and lights were going low, candles were going, and it was nice. There was a moment. And before we got started, I had to label all his parts. The only problem is I labeled them wrong. And then the other thing about my job is I drive a lot. And so, the only coworker I have is the GPS. So I've decided I like to change up with the voices. And so in the voices, so I started with Fraggle Rock. That was a little exciting. We're here, yay! And then I went to Dexter. Well, that was a little unnerving to have a serial killer sitting next to you. So then I decided to go with Cookie Monster. Construction starts with C. Cookie! So then I went with something a little bit more calming. And so we're going to take a right. And let's take a deep breath. And then now when we arrive at places, we've arrived. Isn't the journey the best part? And so that was nice, but it's Christmas, right? So I decided to do Santa and the mall Santa. So the mall Santa is telling me, ho, 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 turn right. Ho, 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 turn left. Oh, let's go to this roundabout. Ho, ho, ho. And then I got to thinking, wait a minute, an older man who can't keep a job and is telling me where to go. I thought, this is really sounding like my marriage. Oh, that you didn't like, but all the other jokes. So the other thing I've been thinking of, we all watch a lot of football here come on, we watch football. So you know when you're watching the football game and they have the halftime show? And the guys come on and they talk and they tell you what's going to happen in the next half and how they did. So I was thinking, would it be interesting if there was a halftime sex show? So they come in your bedroom and it's halftime. Hey, so let's go to them. So we're here with the halftime sex show. Let's see, I'm Bob and I'm here with James. Let's see how they did. So Bob, how do you think James, I can't remember who they are. But, so James, how do you think they did? He was just coming off the injured list. Well, Bob, I think he did okay. Seemed to have a couple of false starts at the beginning, and he muffed a few plays, but he seemed to find his rhythm, find the pocket, and hit the wide receiver. Well, that's a really good observation. Hey, you know what? I think we have to go to the pillows. Hi, guys. So, here at the pillows, yeah, I'm here, and, what I've heard is that the foul of no cuddling afterwards, I think he's going to be a free agent really soon. So, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That's all.
Great job, Stacy. Next, we have a young man who only took this class as an elective credit. In his own words. Everybody give it up for Ben.
Hey everyone. Yeah, okay. As you might know, I'm Ben, and I was feeling a little sad the other day. So I did something that I think a lot of us do, when we're feeling a little blue. I headed over to my local establishment and started chatting up the guy behind the bar, right? And I didn't really intend for it to go this way, but after a few minutes, it kind of turned into like a therapeutic experience for me. I was really dumping my emotions to this guy, talking about how, COVID's made me depressed over the last few years, I'm isolated from friends and family, I just don't know where my life is headed or where we are going collectively, and I'm kind of just hoping to grab something positive to hold on to, and I just can't seem to find it. Do you know what this guy said to me? It was kind of rude, honestly. He looked me right in the eyes and he said, sir, it's Chipotle company policy that you order something off of this menu. Yeah, we're already backed up to the door, and my break started 4 minutes ago. So, I grabbed a burrito. It was delicious. Love tasty food. Tasty food's great. Who doesn't love it? Speaking of tasty food, my girlfriend's here. Hello. More applause than me, okay? No, she's the best cook I know. She has what I like to call chef's intuition. She's a master of all kinds of flavors. Really sweet, sour, spicy, salty, anything, you name it. Whereas I, on the other hand, am sort of a lowly peasant. I made this one dish a few weeks ago for us. I presented it for dinner, and I was like, all right, here we go. And we started eating. She gave me a funny look. And after about 20 minutes or so, we kind of convinced ourselves we had COVID. Of course, we tested negative. It was just, my pasta had no kind of flavor whatsoever. So, that's my cooking skill for you. Speaking of other skills, as a kid, I was really good at spelling. And spelling's one of those things. It's like algebra or like wearing a condom. They tell you it's like, oh, in school they're like, oh, it's really important. You're gonna need this later in life. And you grow up and realize that was just a barefaced lie. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. I still use algebra all the time. Anyway, I was good at spelling. And so 10-year-old me got second place in the elementary school spelling bee, right? Which was a big deal. I got called up to the big show, the district spelling bee. And I trained with my parents every day for weeks leading up to the event, going over like German words that I'll never hear again in my life, right? And, I get there the big day, the lights, kind of similar to this, are beating down on you, hundreds of seats in the audience filled with friends, family, my teachers there. And how did I do? This big shot, coming in off a silver medal. Well, let's just say someone's got to be the first one out in the spelling bee. I think I was robbed. I think it was rigged against me, yeah. The judge was pronouncing the words all funny, and it didn't make any sense. He was using the wrong kind of vowels. He threw me off. He threw me off my game. And I'm still mad about it after all these years, to be honest. It was a real load of CHIT to get my drill. But yeah, what else about me? What do I do, I don't like using words like unemployed, It's a little too negative for my taste. I like to talk about myself in a more positive manner. I use my therapist as I should. So I like to tell people when they ask what I do, I say, I'm a recovering workaholic. That goes over a little bit better. But yeah, my family's here. Hi. But if I'm going to go into the family business, I better get reading, because everyone in my mom's side of the family has a job related to books. Books are learning, Everyone's like either a librarian or a teacher, or as I like to call them, a nerd. But like my mom's a kindergarten teacher, for example. She's been teaching kindergarten, longer than I've even been alive, it seems. She knows the alphabet forwards and backwards. She goes all over that thing. She's a veteran. Clearly didn't pass down to me with the whole spelling thing, but yeah, it's not all fun and games though, with your mom being a kindergarten teacher, I will admit, Because I think sometimes, because she would spend all day with 4-year-olds, toddlers, she would come home, and as a parent, I feel like she'd forget that, her own children weren't that age, and she wouldn't really treat us like we were, that old or whatever. And I felt like that was a little unfair, Anyway, that was just a thought I had, when she put me in timeout last week. Look, some people like to say I have a little bit of a sharing problem. But hear me out, okay? I'm trying to build the tallest tower in the world, and that's not gonna work if I have to give half my blocks away. It just doesn't make sense. That doesn't add up. Anyway, yeah, I have been Ben Koenigs. Thank you so much.
Great job, Ben. Let's keep it going for him. All right. Our next comic graduate is 5'2", loves NSYNC, and wears her dog's names around her neck daily. I want to make sure I had that right. Everybody, let's give it up for Brittany!
Hey everyone. Hey. My friends are the ones that all came in late, and then everyone's really And they didn't like they all went to dinner beforehand and they like didn't directly invite me. They kind of indirectly let me know that they were going. Honestly, it's fine that I didn't go because I would for sure be shitting my pants up here right now. So a little bit about me. I'm 31, I'm a dog mom, I'm a millennial. Married my high school sweetheart who is here tonight. Is gonna be so mad that I drew attention to him because they're the exact opposite. I'm a Capricorn, born and raised in Kenosha. I considered a Kyle Rittenhouse joke, but I saw someone wearing a Let's Go Brandon shirt, so I didn't think our political views do not align at all, bro. But I respect it. Okay. And so stand-up came kind of naturally for me because I grew up in a big family and there was a lot of laughter. But as I got older and started to get a little bit more smart, I figured out that a lot of them weren't just being funny. A lot of them are really being sarcastic. And that's actually a pretty unhealthy coping mechanism, defense mechanism, and what I know to be a trauma response. And so, but they'll say all the time, like, this is just who I am. Like, I am who I am. And I'm like, you're someone who needs psychological help. In treatment, please see a psychiatrist. So naturally, I became a social worker. I've been doing this work for a while now, and I spent a good portion of my career working in long-term care with the elderly, many with very advanced stages of dementia. I was working in a nursing home. These are definitely my friends. No one gets that I worked at a nursing home. Like you guys do, you get so supportive. So while I was working at the nursing home, I had taken a week off work and came back, and one of my fellow social workers, who's actually here tonight, Emily, came to me and told me that there was a resident who was very concerned about me being gone, like very concerned, asking about it every day, thought I quit, thought I died, wasn't sure. And so I went and saw him when I came back and I said, hey, I heard you missed me, like, how you doing? I'm good, I just went on a vacation, I'm back now. And he looked up at me from his wheelchair, dead locked me in the eyes and said, I don't care whether you live or die. And this is the thing, this is what I can respect about Bob, may God rest his soul. There was never, ever areas of gray with him and I. I always knew where we stood, and I think as a society we probably take a lesson from that. If you're happy with someone, let them know. If you don't care if they're deceased or alive, just let them know. So another reason why stand-up came kind of naturally for me is because my life is sort of a joke. And listen, I am a depressed person, okay? But I love myself, I'm worthy, I have value, all those daily affirmations we should say in the mirror every day, right? But I also do own a house where someone was murdered. So, yeah, this is a true story. In 2017, my husband and I bought a home. We found out after our accepted offer that there was in fact a murder that took place in there in 2016. And what happened was it was an adult son. He did kill his mother. It's said that he may have chopped her up. He put her in the trash, and they picked her up. They found her when she was missing. They found her, tracked her down with her cell phone in Muskego landfill. Very sad, it is. It is a very tragic story. One of the perks, though, about where we live... We don't have to call for special pickup very often. They will take, Advanced Disposal will take anything. I hope there's no one that lives in Hill's Corners in here. I really hope there's not. To close out today, oh wait, no, actually, sorry, that's wrong order, my bad. I got one more thing to say. So, who I am, obviously a little forgetful. How did I get this way? So, here's a couple things. It's not because I had an absent father, or because I'm a middle child, or because I had 3 rounds of the Gardasil vaccine when I was a teenager. It's not because I was unmedicated for the first 25 years of my life, or because I had the chickenpox twice as a kid, once with a cast on. Truly though, now that I say it out loud, that might be some of the reason why I am the way I am. The real reason why I am the way I am is because my birthday is the day after Christmas. Yeah, I know. Thank you. A lot of merry birthday, happy Christmas presents throughout my life. People thought they were cute, they weren't. And it's just really hard to get people pumped up about anything the week between Christmas and New Year's. It's like a week-long hangover. It's like going to the DMV. It's like season 6 of Lost. It's like having a conversation with my sister-in-law about anything. It's dreadful. Okay? So now for real, I'm gonna ask everybody to take out their phones, open up your Notes app. If you're over the age of 50 and you don't know how to work your phone, take out a piece of paper and a pen. Spell this out. It's B as in boy, A as in apple, C as in cat, E as in Eric, T as in Tom, O as in olive. That's B Aceto. That is my Venmo username. You can, and I encourage you to donate to my Sympathy Fund. My birthday is 10 days away. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Great job, Brittany. Are you guys also
Thank you.
I could tell they were all judging me. But up next, we have a man who is an inspiring comic and also a graduate of the Comedy College. Didn't give me anything else to say. Wait, that's what I was going to do. She didn't tell the Kyle Rittenhouse joke, so I will. Not your joke, but I will tell a Kyle Rittenhouse joke. I'm glad we can go to White Castle safely now, first of all. And also, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite part was watching that pedophile getting killed over and over and over. Can we get a clap for that? Yeah! Social workers are just judging it. That's okay. But up next, we have EJ Furley!
Hi everyone. So it's nice being here. I see that a lot of family and friends are here. That's really nice. That's really nice. I have my partner, Greg, here. He's over there. Can we get a round of applause for Greg? He's half black, so half of you probably touched your purses when you walked in and saw him. Because he likes purses. Because he's gay. We got the pandemic, I'm sure a lot of people are frustrated, but there's something that I'm very, very, very frustrated about. And I'm frustrated specifically with some of y'all. Okay? I know who you are. Some of you are not gaining the pandemic weight. Okay? I thought we were all in this together. Okay? I think it's really upsetting that I did my part. Okay? I thought the whole point of it was that during quarantine, we're just gonna eat a ton of shit. Eat a ton of shit at home, get as big as counts, and then herd immunity kicks in, right? That's what herd immunity is. I'm pretty sure that's how herd immunity works. And I look around this room and I think selfish. Honestly, some of you, selfish. Do it for America. Do it for the kids. Another thing that's been very frustrating for me, and I'm sure a lot of you, Zoom calls, a lot of FaceTime. Yeah, really frustrating. Specifically with a little older people. I'm so sorry about it. When I talk to my parents, my uncles, my aunts, my grandparents, when I'm talking to them, I think they think that the speaker on top is also just that's where they speak, or where they hear is the same as if they're speaking to. And it's a lot of neck. It's a lot of neck, y'all. It's a lot of neck that I'm looking at, and to be honest, it's really as if it's the same thing when I'm in the bathroom and I'm taking a mirror and I'm shaving my testicles, okay? It's the same thing, it's the same screen that I'm looking at. It's a lot of saggy skin. It's a lot of saggy skin with a little tuft of hair. A little tuft of hair. You know what I'm talking about. We all know what that looks like. I've been talking to my family a lot, or I've been making a lot of phone calls because I'm actually not from here. The racists are probably like, no shit! For the non-racists in the audience, I'm from California. California, specifically Los Angeles. Yeah, it's been hard moving here to Wisconsin. I've had to uproot everything, and it's been really hard to make friends out here. I joined something called Bumble BF, which is basically like Tinder dating app, but it's for friends. You find local people, and y'all, it's been an emotional roller coaster, okay? I've been playing Adele all the time, mascara down my face. I've been thinking about all these people that I'm trying to be friends with, and it's just so much for me. Are we gonna go to the local Culver's? Are we gonna have the cheese curds together? What is our relationship gonna look like? And it has not been fruitful. I'm sad to say that I haven't made any friends from there. I know. Your couch, thank you so much. I know. But it's made me take a step back, it's made me kind of look at myself. I'm a catch, obviously. Thank you so much. I'm valued, I'm a diamond, okay? I don't want to be desperate, I'm not a desperate person. Which is why today, underneath everyone's chair is a personalized bag with all my contact info and my schedule. I'm available all the time. So, I think some of us can be really good friends, and I think you should give me a call. We should call, connect. Another thing for moving here, we got a lot of sports fans, is what I understand, Wisconsin. Bucks? Yeah, for the Bucks, for Green Bay, yeah. Woo! Y'all, y'all are such loyal fans out here. It's scary. It's really scary. When me and my partner go out, when there's game nights, we are covering our bodies in just green. We're in the showers just spray painting our bodies. Hair, face, legs, everything. Everything's green. And it's not because we're fans, sorry. It's because we're scared. Okay? Y'all, during the Bucks game or with that championship, I don't know, sports teams. But when that was happening, when everything was going on and we were out, me and my partner, when we were out, it's like hordes, it's like Walking Dead. Y'all are coming at us with such strong energy. Me and my partner are like, oh my God, get the emergency, put on the Cheez-Its, put on the Cheez-Its! And that's all I got. Happy holidays, everyone. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Yes.
Our next comic coming to the stage is no stranger to the stage. You'd say he's not a virgin. We have Joe Barbieri.
Thank you guys. Give it up for Charlie. Most exciting guy I know. Wow, there's a looking crowd tonight. How many millennials do we have here tonight? Good, raise your hands. Yeah. I used to be really confused by you guys. I really was. But I gotta say I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm really sorry about it. Not for being confused, but for giving you guys all those participation trophies that made you guys what you are today. Our generation really got that wrong. I'm sorry. But no, I deal with millennials all the time. I really do. I coach basketball. I coached for 18 years. Got one guy that I coached. He was 6'7", white guy from the burbs. Great skills. He's kind of a dumbass, so he didn't make it to D1 college, but he went to D3. But if you guys know what's going on with the NCAA right now, they're allowing all the athletes to use their face, their likeness to brand themselves, so that they can make money to compete with the other guys. Well, this guy, I find out, is a better marketer than he is a basketball player. This guy is unbelievable. So his kid's name was Brandon Launer. I was working with him. Now he's in college, and no matter where I go, I see his stuff. I see his merchandise, man. I can't go anywhere without seeing his merchandise. I mean, this kid really knows how to market himself. As a matter of fact, there was a guy back there wearing one of his shirts that said, "Let's go, Brandon." Yeah, really support him. He's a good kid. Good kid. No, but new job. I have a millennial guy sits next to me. Good guy. We get along great. A couple Fridays ago, I asked him, "Hey, what are you going to be doing today, man?" He goes, "Oh yeah, this weekend I'm going to see my girlfriend." Somebody like that. I said, "That's great, man." I said, that's really cool." He said, "Yeah, because I'm going to be with her all day tomorrow, and she's going out with her boyfriend tonight, and then I get to see her tomorrow." I said, I don't think I heard you correctly. I said, "I thought she was your girlfriend." He goes, "Oh yeah, well, she's polyamorous." So me being the old guy, I had to look it up. It means you can love more than one person at once, have sexual relationships with more than one person at once. I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "So you probably have like a similar situation then too, right? You got some girlfriends on the side?" He says, "No." He goes, I'm monogamous, man." I said, "No, you're a dumb shit." This is nothing new, right? Cultures have been doing this for years. I mean, you go back to the Asian cultures, they had the concubines, that's what they call them, right? Little side action. Italian, we had the gumas, you know, right? Mormons, they had they married everybody. But James knows what I'm talking about, little side chicks, you know what I'm talking about, right? Side action, that's some side action. But I'm a child of the 80s. We just call them whores. So that's all we can say about that. But I live in the burbs. I own a duplex. I've got my sons actually rent from me upstairs. One's a millennial, one's a Gen Z. They're both in that culture where they smoke a lot of weed. I've got a dog named Chamberlain. He's about 160 pounds. He's part St. Bernard, part Lee Bird. Big dog. He likes hanging with the boys upstairs. He thinks that's cool. All their friends come over. He's one of the guys just hanging up there. My son comes down a couple weeks ago. He goes, "Hey, Dad, when Chamberlain was living down here, how much food did he eat?" I said, "Well, I don't know. About in the month, he'd go through about a bag and a half one." He goes, "I'm kind of worried about his diet lately." I said, "Well, let's go upstairs and take a look." So I go upstairs, open the door, have to get through the weed smoke and the, and the 2 Chainz on the radio, and he's laying in the living room, and I look at him, and I say, "Hey, Chamberlain." Usually he jumps up and he's running around. He just kind of looks up at me. He goes, "Hey." Okay. And I said, "Well, what's he eating?" He was like, "He's getting like 3 bags of food a month." I said, "Well, you dumb shit, he's got the munchies." So now instead of 2 stoners, I got 3 stoners. So he just went back to watching Netflix. But lately, I've been chilling myself too, not chilling, but I've been relaxing a little bit more. I play in a band, playing an acoustic band. It's a duo. Best friend, we've been playing in bands together since the 80s. Back in the 80s, it was really cool. Because you had all the groupies who were hot groupies back then, but it's changed a little bit now. First, I gotta ask a question real quickly. Anybody dealing with erectile dysfunction out here? Go ahead and get them up. Yeah, that's what usually happens. They don't raise anything when I say that. So we're dealing with that in this acoustic group. Not he and I. We don't have that problem. But they've got this new therapy for people with erectile dysfunction. Called acoustic wave therapy. He plays guitar, I play bass. Now the groupies are guys that are in their 50s and 60s. They try to sit as close to my bass amp as they possibly can. And while they're sitting there, their wives have their hand on the junk and just waiting for them to sprout wood. So as soon as they do, they usually leave after the first set. We don't see them. They come back after the 3rd set and they're all happy and they're dancing. So it used to bother me, but I realized I'm the most popular guy in the band. That's my time. And if you guys want to follow me, this is what I look like from behind. Thank you very much.
I got a big concept of the carpet. That's what gets the social workers to laugh? Carpet jokes? Good to know. Well, we got one more comment coming up tonight. Your headliner. While he's not doing comedy, he's busy saving the world. At 6'1" from the Comedy College of Milwaukee, James Green.
Hola.
Yeah!
How's everybody doing? Give it up for yourselves for making it to the fucking end. I want to shout out Matt Berger for introducing the word fuck to the show. I didn't know if we was going to make it with the adolescents in the front here. My man Grant said, shit, we'll be all right. It's the graduation show, and I did that about 4 years ago. It was a pandemic. I lost a year or somewhere, so I don't fucking remember. But I decided to try something. So, a friend of mine, Carlos, y'all remember Carlos? Carlos was the guy that was telling y'all wasn't listening. We're gonna see how true that is, because I took everybody's act and boiled it down. We're gonna see how y'all do. Carlos, aka Santa Claus. You see, he lost already. The pink sweater, nobody? Sit fuck off. Muncie, the sexy bitch. Then you got my boy Taylor. He was the probable pedophile inspiration. Fuck, I'm nervous. I keep looking at me. It's Amy. She was the cat lady. Like 85 of them motherfuckers. Then we got my man Matt, the second Matt. He was the S&M enthusiast. Sorry, There was Grant, my man Grant, who clearly has better things to do on a Thursday. My girl Stacy, she was a conspiracy theorist. What is y'all doing? Then there's my man Ben. He was, or has been in kindergarten his whole life. Doesn't sound like fun to me. Then there's Brittany, who wins the award for the most guests to show up. Shout out to Emily. Then my man EJ, the manscaper, who apparently is married to Drake. Drake and I. What the fuck? Started from the bottom. And then Joe, which this was a personal joke, but the home wrecker, you motherfucker. James, you know what I'm talking about. Oh shit. Fuck up. What shit is that? Damn, I'm a married man, man. Give it up for a brother. I got almost 10 years in. 10 years. Now, y'all don't know how much of an accomplishment this is. See, before my wife, my longest relationship was 8 months. Which means that I've been winging it. Like 9 years. Picked up a couple things on the way though. One of the things that I picked up is that there is a difference between men's clothing and women's clothing. In fact, women care about their clothing. Men don't give a fuck. In fact, if you ever see me wearing something nice, thank my wife. But like, my wife used to ask me all the time when we first got together, like, you know, is this cute? Do you like this? You know what I mean? And, you know, in the beginning I did like every good husband and I lied. But she could tell that I didn't care. So then I ended up, because she kept asking me, I ended up having to develop bless you. Drake sneezes. What do you say to the sixth guy when he sneezes? Got it? Well, never mind. Thanks, Bill. So anyway, I had to develop an opinion about women's clothing. And the only way I could find to care was I just started to consider what it would take to get her out of the clothes. Right? So like jeans and t-shirt, yeah, you know, it's cute, you know. But then she'll come to me with some leggings, and I like those, because they don't wear no panties under those. One less layer. You know? But every now and then she'll come to me with a sundress. And there ain't nothing better than a sundress. But see, the sundress is only one letter away from undress. It's hard as hell to tell these jokes in front of, you know, teenagers and shit. It's out here ruining lives and shit. Fuck it. Anybody been on a XXX site lately? Let me take that as a yes. I want to speak up for a group that's a little bit marginalized. I'm a stepfather, y'all. Yes. Yes. And we are woefully misrepresented in the porn world. Okay? It's not fucking happening. Sitting here trying to figure out, like, who's directing this? Woody Allen? Woody Allen is where y'all draw the line. Okay? Pedophiles and seances all night. I talk about a little stepfather porn in there. I am a stepfather. I am a stepfather, and what the fuck is this? Jingle Bell Rock. No, I mean, look, as a stepfather, with it being as close to the holidays as it is, Christmas, dare I say, I think, and I ain't nothing against it, but yeah, this Christian religion is a little off to me. It's just a little off. And the only reason I say that is because, look, I got all the respect in the world for Jesus. Pray to him from time to time. And every now and then, I'll even praise his mama, Mary. But to some extent, I feel like we're missing the hero of the story. See, yes, say it again, all the people in the back. The hero of the story, one Mr. Joseph. Joseph was a hero. An absolute hero. Have you ever stopped to think about what kind of intestinal fortitude it would take to follow up God? You ever considered what it would take to stick with a chick and her baby daddy is the creator of all things? Listen, I can tell you as a stepfather that when you're meeting her, one of the first things you want to know is her baby daddy still in the picture? Well, guess what? He very much is. To the point that when you need something, guess who you gotta go to? Tell me how I'm supposed to pray without an attitude. Go ahead, try it in your head for a second. Go ahead, bow your heads one time. So, Jesus is sick. Doctors don't know what to do for him. I'm thinking you could, like, heal him or something. I mean, I ain't seen a child support check or nothing. Seems like the least you could do. Like, think about that for a second. Like, men, think about it for just a second. This is the guy. And then, Oh, don't let her come home happy one day. I went to the grocery today and they threw an extra duck in the bag. Did they? You've been praying again, ain't you? Always on your knees for him. I want to let go of that metal stick right now. No, I'm just saying though, like, he stayed. He remained. Do y'all understand? That's not easy. That's not easy at all. Listen, my wife's baby daddy ain't never even bought the kids a 4 for 4. Can you imagine? Oh, he got it. Kick in, nigga. I'm just saying, though. I'm saying, and the hard part, listen, the hard part ain't necessarily trying to chastise Jesus. Something wrong at school, you get a call, you say, boy, didn't I tell you better? Say, can't talk to me like that. You ain't my daddy. Can you imagine telling Jesus to clean his room and he say, go to hell? You like, for real? Deeply religious. Deeply. Now I'm just saying, look, you know what the hard part is? I'm gonna tell you the hard part. I'll tell you the hard part right now. And I'll tell you the hardest times. The hard part and the hardest times, Saturday nights. At the casa. Got the little wine going. It's getting romantic. Little frankincense. Little myrrh. You know how that wine is. Alcohol. Get to talking to you. Tongue gets slippery. That shit you ain't want to ask about. That shit you ain't want to know. And all of a sudden you can't help but wonder. You can't help but want to know. I gotta ask. I gotta ask. Was he bigger than me? Tell the truth. Shall not bear false witness. He stayed. Y'all understand that? He stayed. They had like 5, 6 kids after that. Y'all know that's like 4 sons and like 2 daughters. They named the boys. They don't even bother to name the girls. I think that's kind of rude. Anyway, as much as I love y'all, and as great as this has been, it's time for me to leave and shit. But I'm gonna leave you with one of my favorite jokes. Apparently it's Carlos's favorite as well. Hey. Sir, your name, sir.
Me? Mike?
Yeah.
Mike.
Mike. Nice to meet you, Mike. Mike, did you know that there is a Campbell Soup factory down by the airport?
Did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Neither did I. Until the other day when I was reading the Journal Sentinel and there was a little blurb in there. Apparently there was an industrial accident down there. Did you hear about that?
No.
No, you didn't hear about that?
No.
Yeah, it was just fucked up, man. It pissed everybody at the plant off. In fact, it got canned. Fuck y'all, that was better than that. But that's the best you're gonna get tonight. Y'all have a great night. We appreciate you.
Everybody give it up for Frozone. You guys all have a good night? Hopefully we do kind of like Annie. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Thank you guys for coming out. It was a great show. And our next show will be sometime next year. So, thank you guys and have a good night. Drive home safe.
Okay, walk.